Just when you think your favorite series has shown you everything it has to show you, it breaks through the dimensions of what you thought was possible. This time, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is figuratively and literally doing just that. Any moments of skepticism and doubt were shattered the second the first cutscene started. I've never seen a game so graphically beautiful. I took my last breath in that moment, and the next breath was once the credits rolled. I put that bad boy in performance RT mode to get that sweet 60 FPS and was just floored by the combat. I love a good Ratchet story as much as the next person, but for me, Ratchet is all about that tense combat where you're strafing through bullets and busting out some sick weaponry. Have you ever gotten so viscerally engrossed in a game to the point that you start moving your body and the controller with what's happening on screen? That's what this game has done to me. Easily a top 3 Ratchet game, and maybe even the best one in the series. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, with everything I mentioned above, and its lovable characters like Rivet, Kit, and the rest of the interdimensional ensemble, is everything I wanted from this game. That's why it pains me to say this next sentence. From a trophy hunting standpoint, this game is completely underwhelming. It's tame. We are going to get into why that's the case, but the gist of it is that the Masters of the Multiverse Platinum Trophy is an underwhelming one. It's incredibly easy to get, which isn't always a bad thing, but what is bad is that it doesn't represent everything you should experience in this Ratchet game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart isn't all that different from other games in this series from a gameplay perspective, but with how wonderful this game is, it should be fully experienced. I'll explain more in the Platinum info section, so grab your Rift tethers and let's start flying through the dimensions of this trophy guide. This is Platinum Hunters, the show where we take a look at everything it takes to get the Platinum Trophy and whether it's worth the effort to achieve it. I hope you enjoy this episode, and when you're done cruising the multiverse with Ratchet and Rivet, you can check out the trophy guide video for the Ratchet and Clank reboot game that came out in 2016 so you can get another one. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more trophy guide videos. You might just find your next Platinum Trophy. So I said it outright in the intro, and I meant it. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart's Platinum Trophy is underwhelming. I wouldn't say it's disappointing, but it's missing something. It could be the fact that it doesn't make you collect everything, which will deter some people from unlocking the cool extras. Also, the game doesn't make you upgrade your arsenal even to their level 5 upgrades, but it's definitely the fact that you don't have to complete a round of challenge mode. The Platinum run that's left is much easier and simplified than any Ratchet and Clank game we have played before. You essentially just have to beat the game on any difficulty, including the difficulty option where you cannot die. Yeah, that's an option if you want to get in and out with a quick plat. There's trophies that pop up using your guns, a bunch of environmental trophies including some Easter eggs, and a few collectible trophies. You should be done with all of these trophies by the time the credits roll, except for one trophy that you need to complete in challenge mode. It's not what you think, but we'll get into it more inside the guide. As always, there will be more helpful guides in the description below. Just as a heads up, I experienced a few bugs through the first half of my playthrough, like assets disappearing, getting stuck on terrain, and the game hard crashing my PS5 once. However, midway through my playthrough, Insomniac dropped patch 1.2, which made the rest of the game run perfectly. I think it's safe to say Insomniac has ironed out most of the issues as the release of this video, but I just thought I'd share what my experience was with you. Let's dive into the Platinum Trophy Rift now, and there are 13 story-related trophies which are unmissable, and we won't cover their names in case of spoilers. However, I'm going to name the final trophy for completing the game, and it won't spoil anything. The trophy is called Too Fuzz, Too Nefarious. That is so good! I love trophies that are callbacks or references to something, in this case, Too Fast, Too Furious. But that is so clever. Insomniac has always been so clever over the years, and their brand of humor always resonates with me. But now we're gonna go planet by planet and collect a whole whack of trophies. For the Boing Trophy, you will need to find out what happened to the parade floats in the prologue, because the trophy will only pop once you bounce on the Clank, Quark, and Big Al parade balloons. Right in the Bazaar section of Nefarious City, you will find a pocket dimension that you can open, and voila! There they are! Hop on them to get the trophy. You're also going to get the More Than Lint trophy when you enter a pocket dimension for the first time. It really could be any of them, but the trophy is going to pop here in this case. At the end of that pocket dimension is an armor piece, and grabbing your first one also gets you a trophy. Sartorial Steel, as a matter of fact. This game is giving out trophies. You will find most of these pieces of armor inside these pocket dimensions, and when you obtain a helmet, a torso piece, and a pair of boots, equipped all three to pop the trophy. Does this make my tail look big? The pieces don't have to be part of the same set to get the trophy, just one of each. Now I got a launch edition copy of the game which came with the Carbonox armor code. This will allow you to get the trophy right at the beginning of the game after you equipped each piece. Pretty cool. Now right beside that same rift with the parade balloons, there is a spot where a Krager bear is sitting, and picking up your first one will get you the trophy. It's so fluffy.
So fluffy, I'm gonna die. It's so fluffy.
This Ratchet game may not require you to collect everything, but when it comes to these weird teddy bears, you are gonna have to collect all 9 for the unbearably awesome trophy. Each planet has one Krager bear to find, and most of them are close to the beginning of the levels, making collecting these things super quick and easy. I've provided a guide for all their locations, and I recommend waiting until you have been through every level at least once to gain access to all the teleporters that will quickly place you where you need to go. While you're still in Nefarious City, you will most likely get the Shiny Trophy for finding your first Gold Bolt. This type of collectible has been in every Ratchet game in some form, and you have to collect them all for a trophy. However, in this game, you will only need to collect 5 of the 25 that you can find in the game to get the last Gold Bolt trophy called Nooks and Crannies. I would say it's a nice change of pace that you don't have to collect all the Gold Bolts, but these things usually unlock some really cool stuff, so it's kinda a missed opportunity. You will make a new friend in the form of the computer AI named Glitch. I love Glitch, honestly, along with all the new cast members and alternate versions of familiar series favorites. But back to trophy hunting, you can get the Glitch Finds a Way trophy for completing all 6 of her Spider Tank hacking sections. 4 of them are unmissable and part of the story, but 2 of them are optional. One is found on the swashbuckling planet Ardolis, and the other on Savali during your second trip there. All these sections are awesome, and once you beat all 6, the trophy is yours. One more trophy before we finally depart to our next planet. You can get the Alert the Sponsors trophy when you get to the grind rail section of the level. Double jump while grinding on the rail to do trick jumps, and after you do your 5th one, the trophy is yours. Easy one. You can do this on any guardrail section just in case you forget, but grab it here while you're there. Moving on to our second planet, Sargasso, which is the home world of our newest Lombax companion Rivet. And inside her crib, which is actually like Ratchet's place on Velden, you can get the trophy Lombax and chill just by turning on the TV in the room. Also, in her casa, you can get a Krager bear. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Also on this prehistoric looking planet, you will encounter the only truly missable trophy in this game called Extinction Party. There used to be 2 missable trophies when the game launched, but Insomniac came in clutch with the save. We'll talk more about that one when we get there, but for Extinction Party, you will need to slay 5 Grunthors, which are these big T-Rex looking creatures. Now it's pretty hard to miss this trophy, but it is possible if you just ignore them during the missions to miss this trophy. They aren't the objective and they won't spawn again, leaving yourself short of enough Grunthors when you return to the planet later on. And no, the undead ones later in the game don't count. So just do yourself a favor and hunt down all the ones you can find on your first visit to Sargasso to set yourself up for success on later visits. And when you eventually return to Sargasso, the quest to help Trudi opens up, where you can get the Feeding Frenzy Trophy. You're going to need to find 10 Zurpstones that can be found scattered around the area, and once you give them to Trudi, the trophy is yours. Riding on Trudi after that is pretty badass, and really, really cool. Next place you will touch down is Zurky's Bar, which is going to be a place you frequently return to throughout the game. Inside of the bar, you can change the music on the jukebox and get the Hey Lombax DJ Trophy when you flip through 3 of the tunes. You can also dance to them, which is honestly adorable and really entertaining. This game is chock full of Easter eggs, including some other favorite PlayStation mascots if you look hard enough. Wink, wink. Zurky's Bar also has the RYNO, which is run by his son, Zurky Jr. This little dude has a thirst for destruction, and you should too. For the trophy Can't Stop Me, you will need to complete 1 gold tier arena challenge. It can be any of the ones in that category, but you will only be able to access it later on closer to the end of the game. So tackle this one on one of your later trips and you will get the trophy. The planet Savali is next, and we're going to be zipping around with Ratchet and a new friend named Kit. Together, this interdimensional duo can get the Must Go Faster trophy by performing a trick jump while cruising at max speed with the hover boots. You can do this by first going full speed with the hover boots by pressing the right trigger a few times. Then you will need to hit a green boost pad and simply do a double jump. That will perform the trick at the max speed and get you the trophy. In that same open area, there is a spot where you can talk to one of the monks and he gives you a side quest to collect Lorbs. These Lombax orbs, or Lorbs, are needed for the Might Have Broken Something trophy, in which you will need to find 3 of them to get it to pop. Your first one is literally right in front of you. Right there, within arm's reach. The other 11 are scattered across the map, so you'll need to find just 2 more to give to the monk and get the trophy. These Lorbs give you lore about the Lombax race, and it's a shame you only have to collect 3 of them for the trophy, cause the lore is actually really cool. Finally, you just need to go a bit north from there, from the monk, to find a couple of robots chilling out by a hot spring. Finding them will get you the Max Relax trophy. Strange world to go on vacation for, but I don't blame them for wanting to get out far away from the dystopian looking Nefarious city. That place is crazy. For our next 2 planets, we will talk about them together, and we can talk about that trophy that was missable, but Insomniac fixed with a patch. Inside of both the Blizzard Prime and Cordelion planets exist these purple Blizzon crystals that will take you from one dimension to the other just by giving them a whack. For the trophy, Shifty character, you will need to find all of them and hit them at least once. You will have to hit most of them while going through the story, but some of them are optional and related to finding some secrets. Thankfully, they will all be marked on your map once you get the map-o-matic. As for the missable trophy business, at launch the requirement was 30 Blizzon crystals, and people were getting locked out of just 1 crystal if you missed it in the grind roll section on Blizzard Prime. It has 2 crystals there, but you only need to hit 1 of them to progress, and if you didn't get both of them before you finished that section, there was no way to go back after the fact. But with the patch version 1.1.2, Insomniac changed the crystal count from 30 to 29 to make sure the trophy would not be missable anymore. I can't stress this enough. This is a very rare moment where a dev was proactive and changed the trophy requirement for the better. Kudos to Insomniac for doing this, and I wish more developers would take note. So as long as you have the game patched up, whack 29 of these purple crystals for the trophy. Our last planet-specific trophy is also found on Blizzard Prime, and it comes from the optional mission with Chef Tulio. This is for the Sweet Victory trophy, and all you have to do is complete the honey collecting and defense escapades to get it. That's it for that set of trophies, and we just have to cover all the arsenal related trophies to bring this guide home. But before we do, I want to give you all a huge shout out for sticking with the video this far. Drop a like or a comment to let me know you've been crossing dimensions with me in this video. Thank you, honestly. But now let's talk guns, son! First off, you're going to want to level up one of your unique weapons to level 5, giving you the They Blow Up So Fast trophy. This is simply done by doing damage to enemies and gaining XP. Then with either that same gun or another gun that's level 5, you'll need to unlock all the upgrades for that gun using Raritanium. That nets you the There's Even a Cup Holder trophy once you uncover and buy the last one from Miss Zurkon's shop. The best way to test out this newly upgraded firepower is, of course, on Nefarious troops, and in the process get the Just Stay Down trophy. What the trophy wants you to do is gun down 30 enemies where the head pod has fallen off the trooper. It's very specific, and for it to count towards the trophy, the trooper head has to come off of a larger enemy, so the ones that just spawn like that don't count. You can use any weapon to do this, and might I make a few suggestions. Purchase the Mr. Fungi weapon and start deploying 50 of them to get the Life of the Party trophy. This weapon rules and should always be used in every firefight, especially if you're playing on the hardest difficulty like I did. Another good one that stops Nefarious troopers in their tracks is the Topiary Sprinkler. This will be for the Extreme Gardening trophy. Drop that bad boy down, and while the enemy has been turned into a shrub, blow them away with another weapon. Doing this 30 times will get you the trophy, but make sure they are green before you let them have it. No Need for Multi-Ball is the next trophy, and you will have to purchase the Ricochet weapon from Miss Zurkon. You just need to have 2 enemies die at the same time while using this weapon, which is really easy to do on smaller and weaker enemies. Later on, purchasing the Cold Snap is necessary for the Icebreaker trophy. To get this one, freeze the enemies first and then whack them with your wrench. Bonk 5 frozen enemies and you will get this Ice Cold trophy. Another straight and forward trophy is Hole Puncher for landing 20 headshots with the Headhunter weapon once you purchase it. Hold the left trigger to zoom in on the enemy's head and fire with the right trigger. The time slow effect on the weapon makes it way easier to land these. Best place to get this is in the Gold Tier Arena Challenge dedicated to only using this sniper rifle. Now the trickiest and most involved weapon trophy has to be Return Policy, which actually ended up being my very last trophy before I popped the plat. First, you have to purchase the Void Repulsor weapon and painstakingly upgrade it to level 5. So you can have the upgraded version called the Void Reactor. You will notice that when you use your shield and block enemy gunfire, you can collect it and shoot it right back at them. For the trophy, you need to defeat 10 enemies using the collected bullets, which is much easier said than done. Not only do you need to be accurate because the purple bullets only shoot in one direction, but you also need to shoot enemies from a distance to make sure you don't kill the enemy with the shield wave instead. This one was pretty annoying overall, and leveling the gun took a lot of grinding. Now it seems like you have amassed quite an arsenal, and when you collect enough weapons to fill up the first gear of your weapon select wheel, you will unlock the Full Rack trophy. That's great and all, but part of the fun of a Ratchet game is collecting all of the arsenal of amazing guns. So we're gonna go after the Fully Stacked trophy for buying all the weapons. All the guns except your first gun can be purchased in Miss Zurkon's shop at different points in the story. You will need a sizable amount of bolts to buy all these guns, and the best way to make bank is to complete all the arena challenges, which give you a ton of bolts. But there's a few special cases for 3 of the final weapons you need to get. Everyone's favorite gun, the RYNO, is back and more flavorful than ever. In order to obtain the RYNO 8, you will need to collect all 10 infobots scattered around the planets. You will get the Planning Some Destruction trophy after you obtain the first infobot, and each infobot after that gives you a piece of the RYNO 8 blueprint. Once you have built the whole blueprint, you can get the Aim to Misbehave trophy when you obtain this always beastly weapon when you buy it for the low price of 1 bolt in Miss Zircon's shop. Enjoy this masterclass of devastation. But there's 2 more guns you have to grab before we pop the fully stacked trophy and get our platinum. You will need to fully finish the game to its conclusion first, then start up challenge mode. But you said we didn't have to play challenge mode. Let me finish. You just need to play through the prologue again until you reach Miss Zircon's shop, where you will discover 2 new guns you can buy. There's the almighty bouncer weapon that always claps cheeks, and then the most fun weapon in the game, the Pixelizer. If you have the launch edition of the game, that same pre-order code that gives you the Carbonox armor will also give you the Pixelizer off the start, so you will only need to find the bouncer left in the shop. When you holster all the weapons including these 2, you will pop the trophy. You only need to spend about 10 to 15 minutes inside challenge mode for this, which is again a shame, but it is what it is. But if you've acquired your whole arsenal and collected all the trophies across all the dimensions, congratulations! You will be awarded the Masters of the Multiverse Platinum Trophy for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. As of recording this video, there hasn't been any DLC content released or add-on trophy sets added to the game, but the game is still pretty fresh. I suspect there will be an add-on trophy set for finishing challenge mode, but we will have to wait and see if they end up doing that. I will add updates in the description below should any new trophy sets drop out of a rift, and maybe make a video covering it if there's substantial content. Overall, yes, this game's Platinum Trophy is a bit of an afterthought. Yes, it doesn't incentivize you to collect everything, experience everything, or play through challenge mode. And yes, in comparison to all the other Ratchet and Clank plats, this one will be the most underwhelming and easiest. That's a bit of a shame. But you know what? I'm gonna give it a pass. This Ratchet and Clank game is a masterpiece that should be played regardless of whether it had an underwhelming plat or even if it didn't have trophies at all. It's certainly a top 3 R&C game, and that's how much I love this game. It surpassed all of my expectations even when I was skeptical. And honestly, who cares about the platinum run at that point? Now hold on, I said that Spyro 3's plat run was disappointing and didn't give it the pass. What gives? Well, that game has been out since the year of the dragon, 2000 to be exact, and we played it many times before the Reignited Trilogy version dropped. The remade Reignited version was the devs' chance to do something special with the Platinum Trophy run, but they didn't put that much thought into it. This RNC game just came out, and yes, they didn't put that much thought into it as well, but I think Insomniac was more focused on the experience rather than the Platinum run. This is the way the devs wanted people to experience the game, so I'm not gonna mope and whine for too long about it. And what an experience the game turned out to be. This game gets my recommendation regardless of whether you want the Masters of the Multiverse Platinum Trophy or not. Just do me a favor and keep playing it till you get 100% completion. Okay? Good. I'm gonna see myself out now through this weird purple thing that keeps appearing in my basement. I'll see you guys later. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love the Ratchet and Clank games, and I'm super glad we got to cover another one on the channel. Let me know down in the comment section if you want me to cover more of those games. I'm sure if you've clicked this video, you definitely have a few of those that are your favorites. Let me know what they are down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next trophy guide video. Enjoy your trophy hunting expeditions, and peace out.